Welcome to Not Just Coffee with Reese. Can you believe it? We are in episode 4. I am very excited. I'm excited because, first of all, I can't believe I am on episode 4. Just because of the fact that purely I am a perfectionist. So a lot of people may not know what a perfectionist is. They're like, oh, it's someone who always has to have like everything perfect. Like their whole life is perfect. That's the absolute opposite of what a perfectionist is, I feel. Because they feel like everything in your life is perfect. That is so not true. You know, a true perfectionist, I mean, it's not like there can be people who don't fit this, but typically a perfectionist, they don't accomplish a lot just because of the thought of doing something overwhelms them, and the fear of them not having it completely perfect, you know, it's just very stressful and overwhelming and lots of anxiety. It's like, oh my gosh, I know this isn't going to be perfect. I know I'm not going to be good at this. Oh my gosh, what if it's awful? And then all these huge like thoughts like just go, and so finally you're like, okay, let me just not do it. So for me, being on episode 4, it's very much an accomplishment because I'm like, you know what, screw being a perfectionist, let's just do this, and every episode will just hopefully be better and better, and like, who's watching this anyway? So just do it. So that's why I'm excited to be on episode 4. But I am so thrilled that if you are like that one person out there watching this that is not my dog or my cat, I just want to say thank you so much. I've really enjoyed doing this, and I hope you guys have kind of enjoyed listening to it a little bit. So let me get started with my drink of choice for episode 4 of Not Just Coffee with Reese. And I realized I'm not getting any better at that at all. But don't worry, because I will be having an intro soon. I'm going onto Fiverr and looking at who can do like a little intro jingle for me. So you just wait, because this podcast is going to be getting some makeovers. So anyways, my drink of choice. I'm very excited to show this to you. I have it right over here. I have my Disney mug. It's Chip. Hopefully everyone has seen Beauty and the Beast. I have seen the cartoon version of Beauty and the Beast, and I have also seen the non-cartoon version of Beauty and the Beast. All very good. I am obsessed and I love Disney. So I will say I actually got these from Disney World. I did not like just purchase them randomly somewhere. I earned my Disney stuff. So let's do a taste. What do I have in this cup today? I wish it was pure whiskey. It is not. I actually have coffee today. So my coffee of choice, I will say I kind of cheated a bit. Didn't do a pour. Normally I'll do like a pour over, or I will do a French press, you know, all that bougie stuff, coffee snob. But today I actually am just going with a Keurig cup. Yep, that's right. And I'm doing, I think it's like French blend. So nothing too fancy or too special, but hold on. Ooh, with the Keurig cup machine, I did extra strength and extra hot temperature, so. Ooh, has a little notey taste to it, you know, earthy. I'm just kidding. I have no clue about that stuff, so I'm not even gonna act like I do. But it's good. Nice, just a normal Keurig. Yep. The thing that makes it special, though, is that I'm drinking it out of my chip glass. See, it has this little chip, too. Perfect. If you say, aren't you a little too old to be going to Disney? Oh, I feel for you. Because Disney is amazing. It is a place where the rest of the world just kind of disappears and you get to go into the world of Disney, the world of magic with Walt Disney. He is so great. Everything that he created, if you have not seen his biography, and I'm not just talking about Tom Hanks and Mary Poppins, which is all that was really cool. Talking about Walt Disney himself, he was so far a wonderful, great guy who just wanted to create this amazing place, you know? Who knows? We thought Cosby was a great guy too, and now look what happened. So hopefully, if anyone is out there, please do not go digging and finding out dirt on Walt. Let's just leave him as this amazing person who created Walt Disney, okay? Let's keep a few of our people good. To where we have no bad images about them, you know? Walt Disney's one of them for me. So, love Walt Disney. Love my Beauty and the Beast chip mug. So that is what I'm doing today. One more sip. Okay. So I also have my co-host with me today. I don't know if you guys hear him or not. It's hilarious because, well, not really hilarious, but I start my podcast or my YouTube channel thing here. Do I have Mr. Gibbs anywhere in the house? No, he's busy doing his own thing, right? Goes outside even, wanted to go outside, wanted to come back in. He has like multiple beds in this house, so he can sleep anywhere. As soon as I start recording this, he has to come, and he's actually right here down by my feet. Right by my feet. And he decides to sleep and snore. That's the whole house. The whole house. He's like, no, Mom, I want people to hear my snoring. Isn't it occasional snoring here or there? No. And I know I've mentioned this before. He sounds like I'm right by a 200-pound man at the moment, just sleeping away on me. I'm not. It's Mr. Gibbs. So he likes to be the co-host, or maybe he feels like my podcast here needs some background music to it. And that's what he's creating, this snoring background music. So there you go. Mr. Gibbs is my co-host. I talked to you a little bit about my coffee, which is great. And now I wanted to get into some things about life. Reason I thought of this was I was driving. A lot happens when I drive, I realize. But I was driving, oh gosh, and I was like, why do adults lie to us when we're kids? I know that has had to cross lots of people's minds. But it's like, why do we get lied to when we're little? A few things, for instance. Zits. Reason I bring up zits is because I have been gifted with some zits this week, right? It's like, I don't know about you guys. I will go to bed. I don't have any zits on when I go to bed. But apparently when I'm sleeping, my face and my body is like hard at work, and they're like, ooh, let's have her wake up with a zit or two, you know. And I don't know about y'all, but apparently when I was little, I was told, Larissa, or in y'all's case, Reese, you know, that's my nickname too, but you'll grow out of this, honey. You know, you'll grow out of this. This is just it's just a phase. I don't know about y'all, but I am not a teenager anymore, and I still get zits. I don't get them all the time, but I still get zits. So no, if you are a parent and you have kids, or you're an aunt or your uncle and you don't have kids, but you know, your nieces and nephews come to you and they're complaining about zits, why lie to them? Just like hit them with the reality of life and be like, yeah, kid, you're gonna be stuck with those the rest of your life. Welcome to adulthood. You know, and just like break them in, like let them know what reality is. It's just that I feel like when you're an adult and you get a zit, it's more like they don't have that much time to shine. So when you're sleeping and your body's like, oh man, she's been coasting pretty good lately. Let's give her a zit. She needs something. She needs something to make her a little, paranoid. She needs something to make her feel a little like awkward. Like, oh, are they looking at my zit while they're talking to me? So I feel like just when you get older as an adult, it's more like they strategically place themselves. So instead of having like a few little zits here or there, it's more like, all right, guys, are we gonna go with one right on the tip of the nose? Are we gonna do like a lip zit? Ooh, I know it. I know, guys. We have not given her a third eye in a long time. Let's do the third eye. And then someone else is, no. Let's do like right here, so she can see it too in her eyesight. And then when people are looking at it, she can see that they're looking at it too. I don't know. I was just thinking about that because I had one or two zits and they were, right there on the spot. And I'm just like, gosh darn it. You go to bed just fine, ready and happy for the next day. And then you wake up and you're like, when did that happen? Okay, cool. We're going to go. So I feel like that was one thing I was lied to when I was younger. I feel like there's a lot of other things. Oh, one, which I can tell you right now, I do not have figured out is life. Oh, don't worry about that. You're going to figure things out, like things will get figured out the older you go. No, I don't think anyone really figures out life. So why are you telling little kids and stuff and your children, oh, you'll figure that out? You won't figure that out. You'll maybe be able to balance things better, but you won't be able to figure it out. And another thing is when you're like little, your parents will tell you like, if kids are mean to you, it's like, oh, it's okay, like they'll grow out of it. Like kids aren't always mean. You'll all like grow out of this. Bull crap. Honestly, I feel like adults are meaner than kids. I feel like adults, if you're a mean kid and you grow up and you're still a mean adult, typically you're still mean. It's just that you're like bitter on top of it. Same thing with like little cliques and stuff. They don't grow out of that when they get older. So I don't know why people are like, oh, things will get better when you're older. That's false too, kids, okay? No. People just they stay mean. They just get bitter along with the mean. So don't be one of those people. We all know who they are. Some people call them Karens. Oh, you feel sad for them, but never be one. So anyways, those were a few things that I thought about. I don't know. I hope you guys always think of this stuff too. A lot of times it happens like when I'm driving. One of the things happened today when I was getting coffee with my friend. So this is my second cup today. My first cup of coffee, hold on, I'm gonna take one more sip here. My first cup of coffee this morning was I went to go have coffee with my friend. And so we went to Merit Coffee. So good. And I got an Americano. I love it when I go to coffee shops and they're like, for here to go. And I'm actually having it for there. And I'm like, for here. And they give me a mug. And not just like a to-go cup. I don't know why. I like drinking out of those. It makes me feel like, not like old fashioned, but it just feels good. It feels like you're in some Hallmark movie or something when you actually have a mug and you can sit down and it's not a paper cup. I don't know if that's just me, but so that was my first cup and now this is my second cup today, which is pretty awesome. But while I was getting dressed and stuff and taking a shower, I had my guard dog, Mr. Gibbs, and he's always there, like right outside my shower, like looking at me like, "Are you safe? Someone gonna come and get you?" I'm like, "No, bud, I'm still here taking a shower." "Okay, well, I'm right here if you need me." Which is nice, it's sweet, but like when you're using the restroom too, and you're like sitting there, and all of a sudden the door like barges open, boom, and you're like, dude, like that just happened to me last night. I closed the door. It's not like I'm doing anything serious, you know, I'm just doing number one, going in and going out, so it's not like I'm there for a long time. I closed the door. Why do I close the door? Because I want privacy. I have 2 people in my household that do not give me privacy. My cat, Lord Snow, and my dog, Mr. Gibbs. Both of them I consider are like restroom bullies. What they do is when I close the door, if I don't have the door completely closed, like if it's closed but they can still kind of like push against it and open it, then that's not fully closed. Like you have to actually like lean against it and close it and make sure like the little lock goes in, right? If not, they both barge their way in. They put their little bodies, one's 14 pounds, one's 24 pounds, and they just go, "Arr," and then they barge in. That's what Snow does, actually. Mr. Gibbs is a Frenchie, so he has a big head. I'm one of those moms who's like realistic. It's like, dude, if my kid is cute, I'm gonna be like, they're a cute kid. If they're an ugly kid, I'm gonna say, man, you know, God, you shorted me on some good genes. I wasn't able to pass them on to my kid, and now my kid is ugly, you know? Snow, Lord Snow, beautiful cat. Beautiful white cat. Mr. Gibbs. I love my baby Mr. Gibbs. But I'm going to be realistic with y'all. He's ugly. Mr. Gibbs is so ugly, he's cute. Y'all seen those animals where they are so ugly, they are cute. And you're just like, oh my gosh. Like some Chihuahuas look so ugly, they are cute. So that's Mr. Gibbs. But anyways, he like pushes his way through. And there's people in the house. And then I just feel completely vulnerable. You're there sitting on the toilet, just wanting to go pee. Like 30 seconds. Give me 30 seconds in privacy, right? And then there you are, and he like barges his way through like there's a fire and he's coming to save me. And he like does it, he like pushes his way in with his big head, and he's just like, boom, like a football player. And you hear the door, he comes in, he starts like trotting or like running towards the door. I know this because of how he comes into the bathroom. And he just like gets his head and like, boom, rams it. And then the door like smacks against the wall, and everyone's like, what just happened? And I'm like, it's okay. It's okay. Just trying to pee. All right, guys, thank you. So I feel like if I were to be a mother to a real kid, I've already been broken in. You know, I have no privacy. Right now, I'm taping this with you guys. My cat and my dog are both here staring at me like, what you doing? You know, I can't eat without them. I have Lord Snow on one side and Gibbs on the other side, begging for food, even though I just fed them dinner. And I'm like, I'm trying to eat my dinner. So I really feel like they've just broken me. I'm like, oh, okay. My cat, I don't know if you guys have cats, I'll be eating and he'll paw at something. Like if I'm having, I know this is going to be a low point. You guys are probably going to think I'm so gross, but he'll paw at something. And if he gets like, here's my food, right? If he gets his little paw on something just a little bit, and it's like a 2-second rule, like, oh, he got it, but I swiped him away, I will still eat that. I will look at him and go, you thought that I was just going to throw that away or give it to you because your little paw got on it? Nope. And I eat it. Yeah, that's probably really gross. Whatever. I don't care. I feel like it builds my immune system. So that's my theory on that whole thing. That's a whole nother discussion about my immune system that I will get into later, because some people may be like, oh, that's so true. And then others of y'all will be like, girl, you nasty. So, anyways, but my whole thing that I was talking about was, I know I was saying it with my dog coming into the restroom, but so he came into the restroom. I looked at him and he was like just staring up at me. I'm like, dude, 30 seconds, that's all I need. And in my mind, I was like, huh. So I barked at him. I was like, and he like looked, I'm like, I don't know if you guys ever have full conversations and their head may go like sideways or go a little bit and you're like, and they're like, what? And then I started thinking, oh, what if you're actually saying something to them? What if you just said something to them and you don't even know it? Like you're actually speaking their dog barking language and you just said something like, boy, I'm gonna give you away, you just wait, you know? Or what if you're like, you're so ugly and I hate you, and you didn't even know that you were like barking those things and it like translated into a little brain like that. And I was like, oh my gosh, wow. And so I was like, well, maybe I shouldn't be barking at him. Like for me, it's fun because I feel like I'm actually like telling him something and having a conversation, even though he doesn't bark back. He kind of like moves his head a little bit like, huh? So it's like, is barking a language to them? Or are they just like, ha, my owner has finally lost it. I'm gonna have to put an ad out for a new person. Like, I don't know. I think it'd be interesting to see. Man, I wish they could talk to us. Like cats and dogs. I mean, I know what my cat would say, so I don't know if I'd really want him to talk to me. Because I'll wake up at night and he's right there above my pillow just staring at me, all regal, like looking down upon me like, oh, you peasant. You have 3 more hours before you need to wake up and feed me. But just in case you feed me on time, I'm going to start meowing and pawing at your head and wake you up 30 minutes before you have to be up. That way, you'll be grumpy and realize that it's already too close to wake up time to go back to bed. And then I will get fed early. Oh. I don't know. I feel like that's cats. Or sometimes they're like, shall I kill you today, human? No, I will wait till after dinner. And then maybe he will feed me or she will feed me some treats. I don't know why I made Snow like kind of like a Dracula there. 1 dinner. 2 dinners. Gosh, I probably need some help. I can't believe all this goes through my mind. I really hope all this goes through y'all's minds too. So it's nice that I actually get to have all these thoughts that are always jumbled in my head and just like regurgitate them out onto YouTube. Due to that, I will probably hardly ever get more than 2 views. Oh well, we'll see. But so I had that whole conversation with my dog and the whole barking thing, and I really started thinking about it. And then, though, like I said, I went to the coffee shop, right? I went to the coffee shop. And they had the tipping, right? They had tipping there. There's a lot of places I've been to lately that have tipping. And I know that y'all feel this way too, because I've had conversations with people about tipping. When there's no reason to tip, they get their little iPad screen and they flip it around and they're like, here you go, you just need to complete this part, right? And you look at it and you're like, okay, they're asking me to tip 15. I don't even know if 15% is on the tipping thing anymore. My eyes just always go to 20 and 25 because I'm like, okay, I know you have to tip, like it's appropriate to do 20, 25. Oh, I don't want to do 30 or 35. I don't even know if 15 is an option anymore. I'm going to have to look next time. But why are there some things that you need to tip for? I don't get it. So I went to this one place. Name of the place shall not be named. I went to get a drink. I'm not going to say what kind of drink it was because I don't want to kind of let y'all know. It will kind of give away the place. Anyways, no service was needed for my drink. So what I mean by that was I did not need anyone to make it. They weren't making it like a coffee place, right? I went and I got it from the refrigerator. So I walked over to the refrigerator that they had, picked up the drink I wanted, went to the counter to get it. They give me the price. I pay for it. iPad. They swivel it around. Here you go. If you could just answer the following and then sign. The pressure of like doing tip. So I've caved. I really have. I've caved. I always tip still because I'm like, oh my gosh, I need a tip. Like this guilt comes over me. I get hot and I'm like, oh, and I can feel them like looking at me and they're like, what are they going to do? Sometimes they'll even do this. I think they can see the hesitation in your body. So some of them be like, oh, I like your nails. Oh, cute top. And they'll compliment you. And you're like, gosh, darn it. You complimented me. Now I have to at least give you $1. Why couldn't you have just stayed silent? You know, because if they compliment you and then you press no tip, I mean, it literally has the button there, no tip. Kind of like, hey, I'm going to be a bad person. No tip. Like, why can't they just have a little thing that says skip? I know it's still the same as no tip, but at least it's not making you come out feeling like you're a crappy person who doesn't care. You know, it's just like, oh, skip process. But, so that when they compliment you or anything, it's like, okay, let me do a tip. But how I've like come across this to kind of make me feel like a better person or a decent person. I do tip. I tip $1. I feel like a lot of times it's better than, 20 or 25%. The thing about tipping $1 is that you can't just press one of the buttons and like be out of there. You actually have to go in and consciously make an effort to click other, and then you have to type in your $1. But sometimes I feel if I'm picking something up and I did all the work and all you're doing is flipping the iPad screen around for me to tip you, you don't need 20 or 25%. Like some of those tips, like if you're picking up a coffee, maybe you get 2 coffees. They really aren't making, anything for you. It may just be strictly coffee. No bells and whistles on it. And then you're tipping like $4. It's a struggle that I have. Because I always feel like they're looking at me. I would be curious to know, like, people who work at coffee shops or little like juice bars and places like that. Anywhere where you have the tipping machine, even a little bakery, like the bakery. You go and you order a cookie, or at like any donut place. I respect your job. I respect what you do. But to reach into the little case and pull out a donut for me, or to reach in the case and pull out a cookie or, a slice of a cake, put it in a container to go, because I'm not staying there. You aren't waiting on me. What am I tipping for? And do those people tip? Like, are they always tipping when they go to bakeries, when they go get a donut, when they go get a coffee, like anything? Anybody who uses an iPad, or a square, like little thing to do people, has a tip. And I'm like, I really wish they would take that off, or just have a button that says skip. So that was another thing that was coming up. I know it was a little strange, but I was just like, oh my gosh. Anyways, the other thing that I was thinking about this week is Beyonce. Has anyone heard her new album? Just curious. I know you guys can't respond back to me, so I don't know why I like paused there like, oh, Dave, really? You have heard it? Yeah. Brittany, really? Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. I was listening to it. Yeah. I think Beyonce has what are her little harems? What are they called? Like beehives or the hives or the, because she's the queen bee, and I think they're like the hives or something. I don't know. They're the little pollen bees polling around. I don't know. First of all, they're very loyal to Beyonce. But I will tell them this. Not knocking your queen bee. You may be very loyal to her, but I don't think she's going to be that loyal to you. I mean, look what she did to Destiny's Child. She was like, peace, I'm out. There's no loyalty here. So if she's going to do that with Destiny's Child, and you're putting nothing into this relationship, you're just one of her little bees, yeah, you aren't going to get much loyalty back. But anyways, I was listening to the album. Do not hate me for this. I'm just being honest. Man, I was not impressed. I'm sorry. A lot of people are going to be like, what? What, Beyonce? You weren't impressed? No, she has like, what, 30 plus writers. She has like this whole kingdom of all these people who are supposed to be amazing and the best people, and they're like, doing this album with her. She's a singer. I will say this multiple times. She is a singer. She is not an artist. An artist for me is someone like Post Malone, Taylor Swift. They sing, they write, they compose music. They're everything. They're doing all this stuff. Oh, please. Yeah. Gosh. So I was listening to her album. I was trying to listen to it, and just some of the stuff, I'm just like, really? Can you still sing about that? It's like kind of like when J-Lo was singing about how she's just Jenny from the block, and you have like Beyonce here saying how like she's so normal, but then she's also saying like she's number one, no one can compare to her, this and that, and I'm just like, I'm over it. Can you write something fresh, something new? I don't know, this overconfidence thing, it's kind of just a little old. Especially with like the whole thing of Jay-Z cheating on you and all this stuff, but yet you're a strong woman who stayed with him, I guess? I don't know. I feel like I'm opening up a can of worms, so let me just backtrack. Okay. Anyone seen Beyonce's or listened to Beyonce's album? I wasn't that impressed with it. Thought it could have been better. It was just something to where it kind of felt like background music to me, and I was like, all right, well, thanks, Apple Music. Now I have Beyonce downloaded into my music list. At least it's not like that one time where they downloaded like automatically YouTube to everyone's album. Do you remember that? It was like back with iTunes when we all woke up and randomly had U2. I think it was U2 in their album, and we're like, what in the world? I didn't pay for this. I feel like that's probably what would happen with Beyonce. I don't even know. I need to look and see if her album's doing well or how it was. But for me, I was very like, is it underwhelmed? I was just like, for you being Beyonce, I thought this would be a lot better, especially for all the manpower you have behind this, or people power, for all you woke people out there who don't want to use manpower anymore. People power, human power, individual powers, of all these smart, talented musicians and stuff. So, anyways, I don't want to end anything on a bad note, so let's end with something positive. Yeah, Lizzo. Now, Lizzo. Woo! Lizzo is a good album. She is a good girl. She is smart. She is creative. Woo! She's fresh. She's just like a nice, fresh breath of air. Like, you listen to her stuff and you're like hyped. You're like, yes, Lizzo. And that's just maybe me. Beyonce, I feel like, oh, Beyonce, go meet Jennifer Lopez. Like, Jennifer Lopez, you have a great body. You are amazing. But she's like gone into doing what? I think she does America's Got Talent now and stuff like that. And she's really good with all that stuff. But it's like, Beyonce, let's gracefully go into the background as well. Like, sorry. I just, very disappointed in the album. Anyways, Lizzo is amazing. You guys are going to have an amazing week. I'm so excited that you are here for episode 4. And yeah, until next time, I will say I am looking at getting my platform and getting onto Spotify, so that way you don't have to just be on YouTube. I will be on Spotify. I'm following you everywhere. I'm also going to be getting some more equipment in, which is so exciting. So watch me grow. Hopefully I'll have my jingle up here soon. And yeah, till next time, thanks for joining me on episode 4 of Not Just Coffee with Reese. Bye guys, have a great week.